You've never played Star Fox?
Nope.
So you have no idea what do a barrel roll is?
No, I know the thing. Yeah, I've seen the memes and I know of the game. I've just never physically played it myself.
If anybody wants to replace him, the email is down on the bottom of the screen.
I didn't
Send us your CV. Let us know what games you've played. If you've played more than 3 games, you're in.
He thinks do a barrel roll is literally just putting Glenn in a barrel and throwing him down a fucking hill.
I thought it was Donkey Kong.
Hey guys, girls, gamers, nerds alike, and those who found the show by mistake. Welcome to From Dusty Couches to Broken Discs. I'm your host Glenn, and each week, along with my co-host Adam.
Hello.
And my co-host Big Dave.
Hey.
We look at games old and new, from everything you have been playing to everything that you're playing today. And this week, we're going to be looking at Croc. But before we do start this week's episode, remember to plug in that controller, spin that disc, and roll those intro credits.
I'm sorry, what? What did you say? Plug a gig in.
So yes, I may have just messed up a little bit at the start there, I do apologise. But this week we are looking at Croc, the classic PS1 game that was ported onto pretty much everything, like the Sega Saturn. There was Game Boy versions of this game. There was all sorts, mobile versions of this game. People think that Croc was just 2 games. There was 7 of them overall. But let's see what the guys think of these games. Gonna go straight to Dave first. Dave, Croc, memories of the game?
Yeah, well, it was one of the few games that I was actually allowed to play in my house.
Oh yeah, you had Die Hard taken away from you.
But yeah, from what I remember, I did enjoy the game. I just remember saving those furry little fellas, the gobbos, and then that bloody, what was he called, Baron Dante or something like that.
The big goblin thing that comes out of nowhere. You're like, all right, I see where this is going.
Stealing all the little furry dudes and collecting crystals. That was about all there was to the game. And terrible controls on the D-pad. Fucking terrible.
Don't get me started on the controls.
Oh, well, yeah. They're my memories of Croc.
There he is. Adam, before you say anything, have you actually played this game? Or is this going to be another one that Adam's never played? We need a new segment. Has Adam played the game? Oh, for God's sake!
No, I have played it, just very barely. I've barely played it because I'm pretty good job that you didn't come to me first, because I think it's a very utterly horrendously shit game.
Ooh.
Oh, controversial episode this week.
Retractables clause.
I think it's just utter shit.
Is that your memories of it?
Yeah. Well,
Adam now logs off.
I wanted him to set the scene and everything. Just
I know, yeah.
Shit.
I was expecting that. It's 1996.
The year was 1997, and I was playing literally everything but Croc. Fuck this game. No, I've actually been... So basically, I was playing Crash Bandicoot 1 and 2, Abe's Oddworld, Tomb Raider, FIFA 98. Yes, I know it came out in 97, but they do the title based on the year the season ends, so it's FIFA 98. Hercules, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, and Cool Borders. Why the fuck would I waste my time with Croc? Fuck Croc. I had Crash Bandicoot.
Because it was technically the full first 3D game.
Well, I've given my thoughts on the 3D games in a previous episode. Basically, the Mario N64 game, which is literally what this rips off.
So, yeah, well, we'll get inside in a minute.
But it does rip it off.
We'll get inside in a minute.
I can't believe everyone had so much love for it. It's shit.
Well, on the other hand of here's my memories of the game. And controversial opinion here, I think Croc should have been the mascot for PlayStation.
You are very wrong, Glenn.
He would have, hands down, been the best if he'd got that third title that we were promised that never happened.
No.
I'm kind of going to side with Adam. I don't think he should have been the mask.
Oh, dear God, that's never happened. Jesus, what have I done?
What the hell has Glenn been smoking?
Like, I know people are going to think I'm being a dick for being a dick reason, but I genuinely... It was just a basic nothing. The only redeeming factor that almost saved it was the fact that it was in 3D. But it tried to be the first game to ever come out in 3D, and it didn't even achieve that. So it was literally a nothing game. They should have just stopped what they were doing and closed the doors and gone to bed.
It's a very awkward episode this week.
Everybody, what is it? Everyone at Argonaut Games was with a single tear running down the fucking face at the
Well, I mean, they went bust, so I mean...
Argonaut who? Yeah.
They're sat there crying because one tear's for the fact that they've gone bust, the other one's because of what Adam says.
It was this little mank knobhead.
Little.
The camera's very deceiving, folks. The camera's very deceiving.
I'm 6'5", mate. Come on,
Billy Big Dick here.
So, going into the actual game itself, now, obviously, as I was going to say with Adam, so, do you know the history of Croc? Because it has actually quite an interesting history. Because, obviously, Argonaut Games...
Rather than me just saying yes, I'll just say one thing so you know I'm not talking shit. That it was originally going to be a Yoshi 3D
It was, yeah.
game.
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay,
Yeah,
I'll let you carry on now. Just so people don't think I'm talking shit.
No,
like,
no,
yeah,
no,
but I know
no,
the history of this game.
I believe it.
Yeah, you believe me, but Dave doesn't.
Yeah.
He's literally looking at Wikipedia as we speak.
So, Argonaut Games, obviously, they, at the time, were still quite well known. They'd actually had, like, a lot of commercial success with quite a few games. Just to sort of give you an idea of some of the games that they made. These were the guys behind Ren and Stimpy Fire Dogs. And they also made, like, the Harry Potter games, the first two, on the PlayStation. You've all seen the Hagrid memes at the moment, haven't you? Everyone's doing
Oh, yeah.
so bad. And he's so like, oh, you're off to play Quidditch, are you? So, I mean, they made those games, and I mean, those Harry Potter games on the PlayStation were great. I remember them being amazing.
They were
Yeah,
actually.
they were
decent,
actually.
Maybe not the look of Hagrid.
Yeah, with his melted face.
But, yeah, so this game did start off, the developers, Nintendo brought them on because of their 3D technology that they were working with. So they helped design Star Fox on Nintendo.
Yeah.
So the Argonaut system that they made to make 3D games was used to make Star Fox. Now, obviously, they designed the next game as well. They were in charge of developing Star Fox 2, which, unfortunately, as we do know, never actually saw the light of day. I believe there's a ROM of it now somewhere. I saw that it was released in 2017. And it says...
If anyone's played a drinking game, it's yet another series of game I've never played. So
You've never played Star Fox?
Nope.
So you have no idea what do a barrel roll is?
No, I know the thing. Yeah, I've seen the memes and I know of the game. I've just never physically played it myself.
If anybody wants to replace him, the email is down on the bottom of the screen. Send us your CV. Let us know what games you've played. If you've played more than 3 games, you're in.
He thinks do a barrel roll is literally just putting Glenn in a barrel and throwing him down a fucking hill.
I thought it was Donkey Kong.
Oh, God.
God.
So obviously, when they come up with the idea to make this Yoshi game, which was originally what it was meant to be, a lot of people say Yoshi or Yoshi. What do you guys say?
Yoshi.
I say Yoshi. I say Yoshi.
Yeah, yeah.
I say Yoshi.
Yoshi.
You would, wouldn't you? So, obviously, I mean, if you look at the design of Croc, and hopefully there will be a picture on the screen of what Croc looks like. And for those who are listening, unfortunately, you can't see it. So go onto the YouTube page.
It's literally a rip-off of
Yeah,
Yoshi.
he looks exactly the same as Yoshi. All they did was literally change the head from a dinosaur to a crocodile.
Which is essentially a dinosaur.
Pretty much, yeah. But do you know why Croc has one tooth? There's a long pause here. I was expecting one of you to like have a guess.
go,
Enlighten me, God. Enlighten me.
And it's because the guy who designed Croc, his
Couldn't draw.
cat. Well, yeah.
couldn't draw teeth.
His
One
cat.
was enough.
His cat only had one tooth, and that's where he got the inspiration from. There's the fact that his cat had one long tooth. So I think that's pretty interesting.
That's a terrible idea. How does he eat? Is he a vegetarian crocodile?
It's like if you were going to draw my cat, he'd be sick everywhere.
I suppose you only need one tooth, Dave.
What, for opening cans and stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, hillbillies do just fine. But yeah, so the game started off as being designed as Nintendo's first full 3D game. Unfortunately, Nintendo didn't take it on. They loved the idea, they were dead excited, and then out of nowhere it was just scrapped. And then they used the idea that was made to make Mario 3D, which, alright, was the first full 3D title of any game, really. Croc came out as well, roughly, what was it, about a year or so in between them, maybe? I'm not entirely sure.
I'm not entirely sure on the distance of time, but that's one of my gripes about the game. So Nintendo brought theirs out early. I know it's Nintendo. They have more money. They have probably a bigger team. But they came out... So the idea was for Argonaut to bring the game Croc out first. To be the first to ever launch a 3D game. They didn't achieve that. Nintendo then brought out Mario 64. So I know I've talked about in the episode like I'm not a huge fan of it. But in terms of the gameplay, the story, the graphics... Even the characters, like the bosses, literally everything about the game is far superior. There is nothing that Croc beats Mario on. And I'm not a massive Mario fan. So it's quite
remember that
for me
from
to say.
the Mario episode, we remember.
So, like, that's what I was saying before, like, as harsh as it probably sounded, like, they didn't achieve anything. It was just a basic game with basic features. Yes, like, the character was a little bit cute and it had some little furry turds running around. But, like, it was so it was very rushed, and you could tell they were rushing it to try and get it out quickly to try and beat Nintendo. And the storyline is shit, the gameplay is shit, the controls are shit, the camera is shit.
I do agree. You've got to agree, like, the controls were terrible.
Yeah,
there is no achievement to the game, like, really. And it tries to take from Crash Bandicoot too much. Like, I understand the layout of you go to different parts and you fight different bosses, but even the bosses were shit. It was just a hit and avoid and hit situation every single time.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna now go into sort of that side where I'm gonna look at it as I tried to play it the other day, and I do think that this was more of a nostalgia thing. And when you go back and play it, you realise it is quite dreadful. Unfortunately, it hasn't lived up to some of those older titles. Like you say, Crash Bandicoot, you go back and even playing the originals on like the original console on the PlayStation, it still plays quite nicely. I mean, alright, it doesn't look fantastic compared to like the remastered version that you've got on the newer gen consoles. But Croc, I think it was just the fact that it reminded me of a simpler time, and when I've played it in like my mid-30s and looking at it and you're sort of going, did I really play this? Even, so you've said about the controls being shocking, even the camera movement was so clunky.
Yeah.
I remember there was one bit, and I was playing it the other day, and it infuriated me. There's like this little bit, you come out onto like this ledge, and you've got to save one of the little gobbo things, but you've got these 3 pits, and sheep keep popping up, and you've got to run them back and forth on these. You just sort of like, I'm getting sick. I'm feeling nauseous because
the camera, like the whack-a-mole thing for sheep.
Yeah,
that was one of my gripes about the game, because it is very tedious. Where you go through the whole game, and then if you just made a stupid mistake, like fall off the cliff or whatever, you had to go right back to the very beginning and start all over again. It wasn't like, oh, you've got like a checkpoint, you've got this, you've got that.
Yeah,
it's
not just that as well.
It was so tedious.
There was times I was playing levels, and you're running along, and you do some, you finish the level, and you go into the next level, and you're like, isn't this just the same level I've just been on?
Oh yeah,
Because it looks exactly. Now we've talked about repetitive games in the past. This was very, very repetitive. It was literally, as Dave said, collecting crystals, saving your furry friends, and that's it.
Can I touch on the controls like you said about the camera
Yeah.
angle? The camera angle was probably the worst part of the game, even worse so than the controls because it affected how you played it. So obviously it was behind you. That's what it tried to copy as well from Crash Bandicoot, having the camera behind you so you're running away from it. But because you couldn't move the camera, it really fucks up your depth perception. So you couldn't, like, you're trying to jump for a ledge, but you couldn't tell how far away the ledge is, so you'd miss jump and then you'd just die. And then you'd be fucked because you couldn't change. And then you have to start it all again just because it wouldn't allow you to move the camera just a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, just little thoughts. They didn't put much thought into it. They were like, oh, that just looks like a good angle. Fuck it, we'll just keep the camera there.
I mean, at the time, the game was a commercial success. You know, it did do really well in sales.
People are stupid.
It was a simpler time. It was the 90s, okay? We were simple back then, okay? So the game was such a commercial success that Fox actually wanted to make an animated series on it. And obviously that was another thing that never saw the light of day. Same with like the third game. Now, when you're talking about camera angles, the camera angles were worse in the second game, but everything else looked nicer. So it's like that they sort of made the game a little bit better. They made it look a bit nicer. It was still repetitive. It was still pretty much the same game. Not much had changed, except the camera angle, instead of like being here, it was over here. And you just couldn't see what was going on. You're sort of like, oh my God.
I never actually played the second game.
What I don't understand is, so like, obviously, I know the PS1 didn't have analogs at first. It was
Yeah.
like a later feature. But other games used the bumpers, if I remember correctly, to be able to move camera.
Yeah.
Croc decided to disable that feature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's all they had to do. And it probably would have made the whole experience of playing the game different if you could have just moved the camera just slightly when you were in a bit of a pickle.
Yeah. I agree with that one. Like I said, the game itself, though, I still do have those like little fond memories of playing it. It was quite not a complicated platformer. It was you felt more that you were doing more platforming parts in the game in the levels because obviously they compacted it. So you had different parts to the same level that you had to do, which actually gave you that little bit of sense of accomplishment. But the game overall, when you get to the end of the game and you've completed it, it's like, yeah, you've done it, well done.
Yeah. Literally nothing happens. It's like the Die Hard thing we talked about the other day. When you get to the end, it just ends.
The building blows up and that's it.
I know, yeah.
On this one.
What exactly did you want, Glenn? The little gobbles to start stripping off and everything. What did you actually want?
I believe in miracles!
I don't know what games you can play nowadays, but I don't know what more you wanted from the game.
May I refer you back to my desk?
Touche.
Say no more. Yeah, Adam's like, Adam's like, there are no words.
Yeah, we finally shut Adam up. He's just thinking about furry little men now.
All I'm saying is, right, just wait till we get to like people's memories of this game because there is a great one in here about YouTube. That's all I'm saying. When I was typing them up, I was laughing and I love it, and I'm here for it. Well and truly here for it. So stay tuned for that at the end. In regards to the game though. Obviously, Adam, I know you said that the graphics were shit. You know, it didn't look all that fantastic. Do you? Do you think though that if they'd put more time into it, do you reckon it could have been visually quite a better game?
Well, yeah, because again, like it came out on a far superior console. Like, the PS1 was, in terms of power and graphics, was far superior to the N64.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they managed to produce a better looking game.
Yeah.
It was bigger and had more features and was just overall better. So yeah, they definitely could have come up with something much better. They could have just took the time, took use of the graphics, just made it look a little bit nicer. I think even that would have helped. Like just I don't know, just something. It was just everything about it was just literally average across the board. There was nothing special about it in my eyes.
You're just upset that you couldn't pick up the gobbos and drop them off the cliff like you could in
That is
pick
true.
up the penguins and
I
drop them.
would have quite happily booted one of them up the arse.
That's the main thing he's bitter about.
Just picking it up while throwing it up and down. I'm going, oh no.
Oh, you've just reminded me, actually. Can I tell you something that's stupid about the game as well? Right?
Go on.
So,
We weren't going to stop you.
so he's a crocodile, yeah?
Okay.
That can swim underwater, yeah? There's even levels where he can swim underwater, alright? But if you fall off a ledge and land in water, it kills you.
You die. Those swimming levels, because of the camera angles, were like insanely difficult, though. Like insanely difficult. You couldn't. I couldn't do the cameras. And to be fair, this is one of the only games that I can actually play underwater stuff without freaking out.
Because it's so shit.
Because it was that bad.
You can't even tell you're underwater. It gives it away is that you're doing that.
He's just flying in the sky.
There's like an odd bubble here and there, and that's it. You know. It's a shame though, because I do think that this game had a lot of potential. It could have been something more. Now, obviously, we've already said that it was repetitive. But when you think back to those older games, Crash 1 was repetitive. But it was repetitive in a way that it was still good. You know, if Croc could have done that, kept it so it was repetitive a little bit, but made it a bit more interesting. Whereas Crash, you had different things on different levels, and then they sort of like mixed and matched it around a little bit, so different levels.
It wasn't even just that, it was the bosses. You had to fight the bosses in different ways as well on Crash. It wasn't the same thing over and over and over again. And when you defeated the boss, you knew you defeated him as well.
Yeah,
so,
not just sort of like...
You've got a sense of achievement
have I done something?
for completing that level,
Yeah, exactly.
Just give him a tail whip and then double jump on his head. And then, he's pretty much dead.
Yoshi would have done more work, trust me. Do you think that the design of the game and the graphics of it, do you reckon they were still sort of like working on what they thought they would have been working on for Nintendo compared to PlayStation?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way.
Because if you notice when Croc's running and you try and move quite quickly, he does like a little skid as if you're in a car.
Yeah.
It's more like you're driving a car than you are running a crocodile.
Back to drifting.
Yeah, exactly. Sense the pattern of all the older episodes now, all sort of merging into one here.
Nicely, yeah.
We've taken aspects of everything we love from all different games.
It's another reason Adam doesn't like it. He doesn't like drifting.
Shadow's like going, I'm going to run. Yeah, why the fuck is he drifting? I hate this game.
Well, that obviously, I know there's stages where you jump on ice and he drifts and stuff, but I just thought, again, you had no chance. Like, you land on it and you just slide off the edge. You're like... I know it's part of the game and you've got to work out how to get across it, but it just doesn't give you any room for error as well. It was a very unforgiving game.
Yeah.
Also, sorry, just remembered. So it stole the idea from Sonic where you collect gems or rings in Sonic's case, and then you get hit, and those save you from instantly dying. So you can get hit, and as long as you get more gems, you won't die if you get hit again. Unless you have none, and then when you get hit, you die. But, right, in Sonic, if you can have 99 rings and get hit, although it's pretty much impossible, you have the opportunity to gather all 99 rings again, if you really want to. In this stupid fucking game, you can have 99 gems, because obviously you get a life at 100, so you can have 99 gems, you get hit, you can only collect 10.
Yeah, true. And they're only there for like 2 seconds as well.
Yeah.
I know, they don't last long, do
so
they?
what's the point? What's the point in collecting them? I'm getting mad.
You're all right there, Adam. Do you want to take a breather?
He's very upset by this. I didn't realise he was so upset with it.
I didn't want to do this fucking episode, that's why.
I know, I was quite shocked. I was like...
So upset.
What, with our episodes at the moment, I've noticed a running theme that we sort of like predicting the future with a few episodes. As people who've listened to our Need for Speed episode, which hasn't released at this point, but we mentioned something in it which is in the news at the moment. I don't want to give anything away, you know.
Well, it will have released by the time.
It will have released by that point, yeah.
Why you said that?
Yeah, exactly.
It's fine. But do you reckon that now that we're going to launch this Croc episode, in about 3 days' time, there's going to be news that there's Croc's being remastered?
Yeah, Argonaut Games is back.
The poster will be "fuck you, Adam."
I know, yeah. The listeners to this episode is like, we're getting the old band back together. We're remaking Croc.
Yeah.
The main enemy is Adam.
Yeah, so now we're sponsored by Argonaut Games.
It's that bit where the big tyrant comes in and starts stealing the gobbles at the start of the game. It's going to be Adam just coming in.
Honestly,
that opening.
I'd be alright with it.
That opening. So I was watching the opening video for Croc just this morning, and I was like, okay, I can't remember the open because obviously I was playing it. I just wanted to skip it, get into the game, and play it. And then you're watching it, and it's like little baby in a bassinet floats down the river, comes out, some weird fuzzy turd, as you said, finds him, raises him, and I was like, okay, this is a bit weird. The next minute, he just like magically sparkles, and he's like 6 foot tall, and then next minute, this goblin king thing comes along, and when you hear him sort of like shoot his lasers at one of the things, it just goes, boop! And you're sort of like, what was that? And I was just sort of sat there going, this is so bad.
Also, he summons this, what is it, this bird thing to come and take him away. What the fuck is that? It doesn't explain what that is.
It doesn't explain where it came from. Pigeon.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I've seen National Geographic. If a pigeon's coming at a crocodile, the crocodile's going to eat it. Even if that pigeon's on fire, right? The crocodile's having it. Tasty gourmet fried bird, you know.
Yeah, but they couldn't really put that in the game. To be fair, I wouldn't have been allowed to play the game if that was
It's just a collection of games. It's a list of games Dave's not allowed to play.
Mutilates a pigeon.
That's going to be the new segments. 1, has Adam played it? 2, Dave did it get taken away from him as a child?
No, 1, has Adam played it? 2, was Dave allowed to play it?
Oh god.
Swiftly moving on.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
should have engaged.
That died a death. That one.
Yeah.
I should not have engaged.
Do we have anything else we want to say about this game?
No.
I think it's best that we just end the episode now.
Very short one this week. Very short this one this week. That's fine because obviously we still have your memories to read out as well. So I should have been prepared for this. Didn't get many this week. We only got 4 fan memories. There's some good ones in here though. So I've got Ken on Twitter who said, it felt like a generic game, had charm no other PS1 title had. I enjoyed it, but some bits felt very repetitive. We've said that, you know, it did feel very repetitive. Jason on Twitter.
I don't know what charm he found because.
Just shut your mouth, Adam, right? Let's read these out, okay? Right, I got Jason on Twitter who said, the only thing about this game was the music. It was so catchy. Sure, it had a charming character. Adam's like, nope.
Shut up.
I disagree.
But the camera movement sent me under. Yeah, we agree. We agree. I've got Danny on Facebook who says, why has no one remastered this, really? It's actually an epic title. Granted, there was only 2 games, and the 3rd was canned. Shame. Would have been something amazing. Well, there was actually 7 titles. So
Danny needs to play a different type of game, because his choice is terrible.
And then, this is the best one now. Got Lisa on Facebook, who has put, perfect game. What more could you ask for? A lovable character, little fluff balls. You have to say, fluff balls. You have to say. This is a tongue twist. I'm making sure I'm trying to get it right here. Music so catchy, you hum it while you pee. Need to ask, Adam and Dave, do you actually get on, or is it an act for the show? Because hang on, because I am shipping your relationship right now. Any comments, guys? Any comments?
Believe it or not, I actually hate him.
Yeah, it's full on hatred. Yeah, fucking.
Oh, fucking hell!
I've got images
because we've lived together and stuff. We're at that like bitter marriage stage where
I've known Dave for like 16 years now, so it's just fucking.
We've gone through the whole horribleness of living together. So yeah, we're
in that marriage now where we're stuck together but we hate each other.
Yeah, the honeymoon period has long gone.
Yeah.
I put up with him for the kids.
Glenn being the child, the massive giant child.
I'm pretty sure I'm older than the pair of you, you know.
Shut up, son.
I really want someone to draw like this, the shipping picture of you two. You know, just sort of like hugging each other in like a homoerotic kind of way. If someone could draw that for us, that's going to be our new album art.
It's like that South Park episode, you know, with Tweak. And
Told you it was a good one. Told you it was a good one.
I've spent many a night in bed with Dave. I mean, he doesn't know it, but I've been in bed with him quite a few times.
I was roofing at the time.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, God. Woke up smelling of sweat and shame.
That's me every morning.
To be fair to her, Glenn, you ask this to us all the time. You're like, do you two actually...
I know, yeah, I do, yeah. I've known you both for a while, but it's like... Now I'm starting to hang around, like, record with you a bit more. It's sort of like, And I can sense the atmosphere in the Batman episode when we're all in the house and we're sort of sat there going... I don't know if one of these guys is going to punch the other one at some point.
He's just upset that I farted in his room.
Why is it spicy?
It's in the curtains.
Spicy? You need to put that clip in as well. Why is it spicy? Oh, fucking hell.
Right, well, we've had your memories, so thank you so much for your memories. Anyone else wants to sort of like put Dave and Adam in some sort of like relationship kind of picture, please send it to us because we would love it.
No, because Glenn will put it on his desk.
That's his,
to the rest of the
I've got a nice blank spot here, you know, it's just me. I'm just going to put it there.
That's going in his future self-relation bank.
The bank.
Yeah.
If you've got any memories of any games that you want to talk about and you want us to look at, let us know in the comments below, and you can even email us. Our email address is down there once again. It's dusty2broken@gmail.com, and that's the number 2. And you can send us anything. And are we going to say what we're doing next week? We're doing Duke Nukem, aren't we? That's our next game. We agreed on that?
I believe so. Which one?
They're just sort of like, well, this is the first time hearing of it, but yes. We're going to do Duke Nukem as a whole. So all the Duke Nukem titles, you know, let us know your memories about any of the games.
One.
Shocker. How many is there? I don't actually know.
There's a few.
I got a lot of research to do.
I'm just doing the one.
I played Land of Babes. I mean,
I think I only had to. To be fair, I only had to play Time to Kill. So.
I think that's the other one I played as well.
Well, we're going to look at Duke Nukem, so let us know your memories of the game. Like I say, you can let us know in the comments, and you can even email us. And remember, that subscribe button keeps popping up in the bottom corner next to Dave. Just make sure you push that button as well. But with that, I think it's time for the quiz. I don't know how you two are feeling about this one.
The funny thing is, he's gonna be upset if he wins as well. It just shows that
Dave is going to throw this on purpose now.
He genuinely loved the game, really. He knows everything about it. He's got his little fucking croc pillow behind him.
How did you know?
So upset. So either way, I win this one.
He's just got his little gobbo now on the desk, and he's like, "It's okay, we're going to win this."
If we just turn the camera, there's like a big shrine to Croc on the side.
He's got one of those waifu pillows, but it's a gobbo. He's using a goblin each night.
I'm fucking done.
And those cold winter nights. Keeping him warm. Oh.
I'm done. I'm absolutely done.
I need something to hold me tight at night.
Right, let's get on. Let's get on to it. Are you guys ready then for the quiz? Do you have your paper?
No.
I'm not ready, but I don't give a fuck. Let's just fucking get it over and done with.
Okay.
Oh.
Question number 1. How many jigsaw pieces are there in the game? Is it A, 8, B, 12, C, 5, or D, 15?
Since when do you collect jigsaws? I don't fucking remember this.
It's been so long, Dave. It's been so long.
Jesus. Oh, he's checking his notes, the cunt. Lucky.
I'm checking my notes. I'm just thinking now. I'm trying to think how many levels there is in the game.
Do you want me to read those out again?
No,
Yeah, go
I'll go on. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
so 8, 12, 5, and 15.
I think I'm going to go with this, but I have a feeling I'm going to go against my gut on this.
Okay, so in 3, 2, 1. Adam says D. Dave said C. It is A. Yes, it is A.
Fucking hell. I told you that.
Well, so we both got it wrong then.
Okay. Question number 2. What does Croc carry? Is it A, a shield, B, a cane, C, the weight of the world, D, a backpack?
I can't remember.
Okay. So in 3,
For
2,
fuck's sake.
1. You both say D. You are both correct. Adam's like, well done, I got one right!
He was waiting for fanny pack, wasn't he?
I wanted him to carry a cane, if I'm being totally honest. Maybe I would have liked him then.
If he had a pimp's cane and a hat.
And a monocle.
What you want to play is Monopoly.
all the gobbos call him Daddy. Big Daddy Croc.
Big Daddy C.
The BDC.
Right. Oh. Question 3. Where is the secret platform in Leap of Faith? Is it A?
What?
Is it A, Deborah's house? B, near some crates? C, below a platform? Or D, hidden in the clouds?
Can you read them out again? Sorry, 1 second.
Yeah, so it's A, Deborah's house. B, near some crates. C, below a platform. Or D, hidden in clouds.
Okay.
Yep. So
It's definitely A.
3,
I know, yeah. I haven't got a clue to go.
3,
Fucking good, mate.
2, 1.
Oh.
So Adam says C, Dave says D. Adam, you are correct. It is now 2-1 to Adam.
Winning. There we go, he's winning.
This is a nice, easy one. What animal is Croc? Is it A, a
I actually don't
gecko?
like this question.
B, a crocodile?
That's a game we should play.
C, turtle? Or D, a zebra?
Zebra? Oh, Deborah. No.
A zebra.
You should have thrown like crocodile and alligator in there just to.
Yeah.
Well, I was going
You
to,
should have
but...
at least tried, Glenn.
I know. That's a shit. I don't like that question. That's a
Oh, just
shit.
answer it. Just answer it. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. B was
Both say
crocodile.
B.
I
would've
would have
loved
put
if
the
you put
wrong
the wrong one
answer.
then.
up
You're
there.
put the wrong one
incorrect.
then as
It
well.
was a zebra.
Thought it was a fucking giraffe.
Of course, it was B. He is a crocodile. Who is the king of the Gobbos? Is it A, Crash Bandicoot, B, Rufus, C, Trevor, or D, Barry?
What?
Who is the king of the Gobbos?
Oh, you kind of.
They're like dead generic. I thought you'd have like a bit of a fancy, like a fancier name. They're like fucking Barry and Trevor. fucking King Barry. What the fuck? That's atrocious. They didn't even try.
I told you it's a shit game, Dave.
That's
a
stupid.
shit game.
It should be like, I don't know, 30 foot the third or some shit like that. But no, fucking Barry or Trevor. What the fuck? That's atrocious. They didn't even try. I was giving Croc the benefit of the doubt, but that's fucking appalling.
Welcome to my side,
appalling.
Dave. Welcome to my side.
That is appalling.
Oh, God. Just answer the
Is
goddamn...
that real? Like, are they actually the names? Or are you just
No,
saying
one
shit here?
one of them is the name.
Of the king, the little furry
Yeah.
king with a crown. He might be called Trevor. That is atrocious.
King Trev, I mean, come on. King Buzzer, you know.
I got so upset that I forgot what you said now. So there was fucking Barry and Trevor. What's the other one?
So is it A, Crash Bandicoot, B, Rufus, C, Trevor, or D, Barry?
That is atrocious.
I really hope it's Trevor.
It's our Trev, isn't it?
I don't even freaking. King Barry.
Just put up a letter. Just put
Right,
any letter
yeah.
up. Fuck it.
Right,
So
there we
in
go.
3, 2, 1.
That is
You
atrocious.
both say B, King Rufus. You are both correct.
That is atrocious. Fucking King Trevor.
Basil.
King Baz.
Who is the 6th level Guardian? Is it A, Flibby, B, Dante, C, Sheila, or D, Cactus Jack?
I don't know. I was gonna. In fact, one of the things I meant to say in the episode was, can you even name a single fucking boss from this game?
Well, yeah, I just did.
I remember Flibby. I think he was the boxing guy. He was like,
See,
I think he was.
Dave
like
remembers a little bit of something.
It was like a big ladybug, but he was like a boxer as well, or something like that.
So I'm
So,
just gonna put a letter, random letter.
all right. So in 3, 2, 1. Adam says A. Dave says B. You are both incorrect. It's Cactus Jack.
Isn't he a wrestler?
I don't know.
Cactus Jack, played by Mick Foley.
Yeah, he was actually.
Right. How many Gobbos are in the game? Is it A, 52, B,
fuck's sake.
74, C, 81, or D, 103?
That you actually have to save.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't give a fuck how many gobbles have I.
Oh, I don't know this one.
Do you want to have a guess? In
Yep, I'm
3,
just gonna-
2, 1. Adam says A, Dave says C. Dave is correct.
Really?
You're now drawing.
So we're drawing again. What the fuck?
One of you's like, I really want to lose this episode, right? I really want
This is the first one where
to
we
lose.
both wanted to lose.
How many coloured crystals are in the entire game? Is it A, 70, B, 55, C, 12, D, 81?
I hate you. I hate you so much.
Oh. Sorry, just do the numbers again.
Yeah, is it A 70, B 55, C 12, or D 81?
Okay.
So in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, say that again.
Adam says C, Dave says D. You are both incorrect. It was A 70. Okay. What was the name of the last level on the first Gobbo Island? Is it A, Fight Night with Flibby, B, Boxing with Flibby, C, Box Down, or D, Time to Fight?
Oh.
Seriously, one of you needs to get this right because I don't have a tiebreaker question.
I don't give a fuck. I'll quite happily lose this one if it's a draw.
Right, so in 3, 2, 1. Dave says A, Adam says C. Dave, you are correct.
Yay.
Dave is now in the lead. Hang on,
Definite
one more
victory.
question, yeah, one
Oh,
more.
for God's sake.
So, oh shit. Actually,
This nightmare will never end, will it?
No,
It will never end.
It'll never stop.
to be fair, right, well, what company developed the game? Is it A, Sony, B, Sega, C, Argonaut, or D, Virgin?
Alright, 3, 2, 1, there we go, so.
I'm not even...
Just nothing. Saw nothing there. So Adam put D.
So Dave won. So, Dave feels great about that. As you can tell, this was the best quiz we've ever had.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I've got no words. There's no words.
I'm so done with this episode now.
This may possibly be our shortest episode of the newer recordings compared to like the first part of this season when we first started, and we only did about half an hour for an episode. This one may be around that mark.
And even that's too long. Like...
It was literally just Adam ranting for it.
Yeah, it was, yeah. I'm just going to cut out all the bits of Adam ranting and just stick that as a start.
And the episode will be like 2 minutes long.
Just clips of me and Dave going, ha ha ha.
That's me trying to fucking stop my fucking Alexa from farting in the beginning. That went on for about 20 minutes, so that's... There we go.
There's the end credits. That's the outro stuff.
To be fair, Dave tried to give some nice things about the game and then realised that it's actually a big piece of shit.
To be fair, I was just upset by Trevor. That was too much.
That was a nail in the coffin for Dave. It was like, it's an alright game. It's an alright game. It's not. Trevor, fuck this.
King Trevor, fuck off.
If Dave had a table, he would have flipped it.
Oh, God.
But I think on that note, we will end this show this week because Adam already looks like he's just given up. He's like, I've had enough of this.
I'm just done.
It's like, we are never doing a game again that I haven't played because this is just ridiculous.
So we'll never get another
never
game.
have a game to do.
This is the last episode.
End the show. End the series.
End it. Remember to let us know if you want us to play any games in the future. If you've got any memories of any games, that email is down there once again, and that's dusty2broken@gmail.com, and that's the number 2 on that for you. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe on the video. Let us know in the comments what you thought of Croc. Was Adam right? Was he wrong? Let us know, because obviously we want to keep knowing what you guys think. You need to tell us. Without you, we're going to keep doing this until you tell us to stop. So it's...
Just make it stop. We're just going to keep pounding away.
Someone takes us out back and shoots us, okay? We're here. We're staying, okay? Oh, God. Oh, God, where am I going with this?
Oh.
But for now, I've been your host, Glenn. He's been my co-host, Adam, and he's been my co-host, Big Dave. See you next time on a more interesting episode from Dusty Cartridges to Broken Discs.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
God,
I have no idea what this is.
that was the worst.
There were some funny bits in there, I reckon.
I did not want to do that episode.
I know.
Oh God. This is where he takes his jumper off. Now he's got a Croc t-shirt underneath.
Croc's biggest fan. I love Croc.
Do you know?
Yeah, he loves it.
I love a bit of Croc in the morning.